Have you ever ruined a sketch because you didn't know how to properly render it? Well, fear no more, because today I'll be teaching you one of the easiest coloring methods known to man, which is the Grayscale to color method. I've been using this method for quite some time now, and it's transferred my art from this to this. So if you want to upgrade your rendering knowledge, you're in the right place. So firstly, let's go over all my stuff I use to even make these drawings. So first, I use this tablet right here to draw on. I use this Apple Pencil. I use this program, which is Medibang. I've never used any other program other than this, just because it's the first one I started off with, and I'm not really keen on trying new things, so I just stuck with it and made it work. And I use my phone too while I draw. Like, when I draw, I always have my phone in my hand for pulling up references, because if you didn't know already, I draw with references in mind because it helps me with my anatomy in keeping things looking good. So yes, I do think using references is a good thing. So I use my phone. Okay, so this is whether you're really hard and technical, but I need you to just stick with me. I'm not very good at explaining stuff either, so but okay, so first start off with your sketch. And if you are a type of person like me that sketches with the colors black and white, then you're going to need to turn it to a multi-layer. But if you only sketch with like a sketching pencil and eraser, then you can skip this step. But if you render using black and white and using white as an eraser instead of using an eraser as an eraser, then once you finish your sketch, you're going to have to turn that to a multi-layer, so then it's transparent. But if you only sketch with a pencil, you're fine and you don't need to turn this layer into a transparent layer. Because me personally, I sketch and do my black and white rendering all on one layer, so I don't have to worry about this step. But I'm teaching you guys this step because it's definitely easier than doing everything on one layer like an insane person. Now that your sketch layer is done, go and create another layer and put your sketch layer above that layer. So it should look like this. And then once you have this set up, then you should start mapping out the biggest like portions on the face. Like if you see an area that's extra dark, then start mapping that out. If you see a area that is, lighter, map that out. And I also recommend filling in the entire space with like a medium to gray area, especially if you don't want to worry about filling in like gray, like regular gray spots. Me personally, I just work it all I just work it in all at the same time. I don't really fill my area up with gray, but I do think that's easier for beginners. But pretty much what you want to do is just render it with gray. Now, someone did ask me if I use black and white images. I don't, but I do think that would be easier for a beginner to like convert that in their mind. Me personally, I don't really need it. Like here's an example. You see this part of the image is on the lighter side, so I would use this scale, but this side of the image is darker, so I would use these darker colors to like imitate it. And I will say this part is probably the most important part, and it's going to take a little bit to learn, especially if you're not really used to this. But this is going to make a lot of things way easier when it comes to coloring. Because I know adding color is like a really big part of the rendering that people kind of like, get messed up. But once you get this down, it will be hard, but once you understand it, it becomes so easy. And you just start, it just comes like very naturally over time. Okay, so the step that you should be on now is now you have your sketch layer and your base color layer. Now you create another layer over top of that and you fix anything that you couldn't fix otherwise because maybe the sketch was in your way. So now you can go over top of it and do any harsh white colors, like if you want to do like just a regular white and just layer it, now you have like nothing like, you know, mixing with it or anything. Or if you want to go in and add some details over top of your base render, now you can do it on this layer. Okay, so now you should have all 3 of your layers done, and now it's time to merge them. So I merge them. The middle layer goes down to the lowest layer, then the layer above that gets merged down to that layer, and then you should only have 1 layer and it should be fully rendered how you want. And here's some examples of mine. Now you should go up to this button that says normal and then click and change it to a multiply layer. This will turn the layer completely transparent and you will be able to color and you would see it. Now for the coloring phase. Now that your layer is transparent, create another layer and put it underneath of it. Now this is the layer you get to color on, and you just fill in the color where you want it to be. Now this one, I do recommend you to break up your layers, especially if you're not confident in your color picking choices, because then you can just, you know, mask it or protect the alpha and you can change it easier than if you did all your coloring on 1 layer. So I do recommend coloring on separate layers. Okay, now all of your color is laid down, but we're not done yet because there's a couple more things to do. Once your coloring is done, you can make another layer over top of that, and this layer you can add highlights or extra strands of hair or just little details that, you know, aren't translating through your black and white render. When using the gray, black and white, or grayscale method when it comes to rendering, it's easy for your drawing to appear washed out or gray looking, but there's an easy way to combat that, and that is using different layering filters that are usually offered in a lot of programs. My personal favorite filter to use when trying to fix this problem is the overlay. And pretty much you can add a blush or you can add more skin saturation, and you can just overlay that over top and it'll give your drawing a complete new look. There's also filters like add, brighten, and lighten, and even difference is pretty cool to play around with when it comes to tweaking the color of your drawing. Okay, so those are all the steps it takes to create my art using the grayscale method. I know that was a lot of information to compute, so I would rewatch parts that you don't understand or maybe revisit them when you decide to like test this out. And if you're still confused, feel free to comment down below and I should answer the questions, or even other people in the comment section that know the answer could also help you. But if there's a lot of questions, I might have to do a part 2, I'm not sure. But with this tutorial, I don't want you guys to think that you need to do exactly as I do, but more so just taking what resonates with your art style, because my art style is very hyper saturated, not hyper, but pretty saturated, and you know, there are art styles that actually are gray. So honestly, you could probably use the fact that the grayscale kind of tones your art down to your benefit, if that's your art style, if you get what I'm saying. Like, pretty much what I'm trying to say is I don't want to curate a bunch of clones because you think there's only one way to do it, but I want you guys to use this and just let it make your art style bloom. Small intermission to announce my shop. Okay, so here's my shop. I just want to let you guys know, if you're interested in any of my small renders I do, then I usually list them all in this shop. And I have stickers. I actually do like to make clay. Like I was saying, I do make clay keychains because they're just really fun to me. I like sculpting, and you know, resining is like just so fun. It's just a fun hobby that I just thought I might as well add these to my shop. And yeah, so I have those in there, and I also make acrylic keychains. I don't make those often. I want to start making them more, but other than that, I don't have many. There's like 2 to 3 in stock of each, so if you want them, go grab them before they're gone. Also, I've dropped this sticker design down all the way just to $1. I'm practically giving it away for free, but I honestly just want to get rid of it because, you know, it's not my style anymore. And yeah, I'm just trying to get rid of it. So it's $1 if you're interested in this sticker specifically. But other than that, thank you for listening. Back to the video. I always think when I like make these like tutorial or like, you know, like tip like videos, I always be like thinking like, what if I like literally like hate every like thing I'm doing in this video in like a year from now, and everything that I'm doing in a year from now is condescending what I'm telling you guys to do now. And I'm saying that because it's like my style and my rendering process is ever so like, it's just always changing. Now I might stick it out with this one, I'm not sure, but like worst case scenario, my style does change again, or my rendering style at least changes again. But I just think it's funny that like, you know, I'm telling guys, oh, this and that, because I was watching one of my old videos, and in one of my old videos I never use black as the line art. I always use like brown, or tell you to line areas in the same color as the area is, just in a darker form of it. But now in my new process, I lined with black line art. So yeah, who's to say in a year or two I'll say the gray method is horrible, but I honestly don't think I will. Like, I think this is the one. Like, I think I'm gonna be using this like technique for a long time in my art career. But like I was saying, my art has changed a lot, because if you see these old pictures and then now, it's definitely a different style than how it was.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think no, I think it's not that it's different. I think it just looks maybe a little more mature.
I guess you could say that.
So not different. I think like they're in the same realm.
Yeah, so like same style, more better skills.
More mature, yeah.
Yeah.
Like more refined, that's the word.
Yeah. But this year, I want to try to get out maybe 2 posts a month, but I'm not sure if I should do like a digital and a traditional, or 2 digital, traditional, because I know a lot of people do like traditional on this account, because I think that's a big asset of why you guys have followed this account, is because of my traditional artwork that you've seen all across the internet, or even just on YouTube, I don't know. But yes, I want to post 2 times a month, and I do have ideas. Like I said, my art style has changed a lot, so I want to do some redraws, like redrawing my old art and seeing the progression of like with the same characters. So I think that's a nice idea for the future. I do have a lot of YouTube ideas to get towards, but I am curious to know what kind of YouTube videos you guys are interested in seeing on this channel. As you can see, I'm drawing my 20th birthday like thing. I like to draw myself every year. Here was it last year, and then here's this year's. I'm turning 20 this year. I thought I'd include it because I'm hoping to get this out right before my birthday, but if not, then I guess say happy belated. But if so, happy birthday to me. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get this out for my birthday. As you guys know, I'm infamously known for not posting on time, and I'm just awful at editing, but I don't want to manifest that for me, so I'm gonna say I'm awesome at editing. But yes, in this portrait, I just surrounded myself with a bunch of things that I like, because yeah. Fun fact about me, I actually like to crochet. It's a new hobby that I picked up. I honestly find the more hobbies you have as an artist, the less likely you are to get art block. And you think you're doing so much you might get burnt out. It's honestly quite literally the opposite. You get to switch mediums all the time. And I think that's something I want to explore on this channel, like trying watercolor, gouache, acrylic, maybe some oil, maybe oil pastels. Like that would be so much fun, because I don't ever used oil pastels, or oil paint, but I've used acrylic and I've used watercolor in my past, but my skills have grown since then, so it'll definitely be fun for an update on how I would try to use it. I don't know. Okay, I'm done yapping. Here are all the drawings that you've seen being played in this video. Here's all of the finished products of all these drawings. So yeah, thank you guys for watching all the way through. It means the most. We hit 11k, like, oh my gosh. I have a separate thing I'm gonna do in the next video for that, but I just want to say thank you really quick for that. Thank you. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye bye.